human beings are naturally drawn to the extremes of our planet. For generations, brave adventurers and mountaineers have looked up at the sky, dreaming of conquering the highest point on Earth. We celebrate the majestic, snow-covered peaks that pierce the clouds, believing that the summit of Mount Everest represents the absolute ultimate limit of terrestrial height and human endurance. Standing at a staggering 29,031 feet above sea level, Everest is widely considered the majestic roof of the world. But if you turn your eyes away from the clouds and look deep beneath the ocean waves, you discover a hidden, terrifying reality. The true scale of our planet is not measured by how high its mountains climb, but by how deeply its oceans plunge. The vast oceans cover over 70% of the Earth's surface, and beneath that blue blanket lies an environment that is far more hostile, alien, and unimaginably vast than any mountain peak. If you could somehow take the entire mass of Mount Everest, lift it out of the Himalayan mountain range, and drop it directly into the deepest trench in the Pacific Ocean, a shocking geographical event would occur. The highest mountain on Earth would completely submerge beneath the dark water, with over a mile of deep, open ocean still rolling heavily above its highest peak. Our journey into this crushing vertical scale begins at the Challenger Deep, located at the southern end of the Mariana Trench. This is the absolute lowest known point on the surface of the Earth, plunging down to a terrifying depth of nearly 36,000 feet. While thousands of climbers have successfully stood on the sunny summit of Mount Everest, only a tiny handful of human explorers have ever successfully descended into the absolute darkness of the Challenger Deep. It is a world where the familiar laws of nature are completely turned upside down, and where a single mechanical failure means instant destruction. To understand the sheer magnitude of this cosmic divide, we have to look at the extreme environments of these two legendary landmarks. On the summit of Mount Everest, climbers face freezing hurricane-force winds, blinding snowstorms, and a severe lack of oxygen that pushes the human body to its absolute breaking point. It is a magnificent empire of ice and wind. But on Everest, you can still see the sun, you can look out across the horizon, and you are surrounded by the vast atmosphere of the Earth. When you descend into the deep trenches of the ocean, you are leaving the Earth's atmosphere behind completely, entering a silent, black abyss that behaves like an entirely different planet. As a climber ascends the steep, icy slopes of Mount Everest, the weight of the Earth's atmosphere actually decreases. The air becomes incredibly thin, and the physical pressure pressing down on your skin drops to just a fraction of what it is at sea level. This lack of pressure makes breathing nearly impossible, but it does not structurally threaten to crush your physical body. But when a deep-sea submarine submerges into the dark waters of the Mariana Trench, the physics of survival completely invert. For every 33 feet you descend into the ocean, the weight of the water above you increases by an entire atmosphere. By the time you pass the average depth of the ocean floor and approach the extreme depths of the trenches, the numbers become truly mind-boggling. At the bottom of the Challenger Deep, the water pressure reaches an incredible 8 tons per square inch. This is roughly equal to having 150 massive, fully loaded commercial airplanes parked directly on top of a single human being. If a normal surface vehicle or an unprotected human body were exposed to this depth for even a microsecond, the intense water pressure would instantly crush them into a flat sheet, a stark contrast to the open air of the Himalayan mountains. This extreme difference in pressure creates an incredible paradox for modern scientific engineering. To climb Mount Everest, humans require very little high-tech equipment. You need warm insulated clothing, sturdy boots, a strong climbing rope, and a simple tank of supplemental oxygen. The human body can physically walk to the top of the world under its own muscle power. But to travel to the deepest points in the ocean, humans must be completely encased inside massive, ultra-thick spheres made of high-strength titanium or reinforced synthetic foam. The vehicles are engineered like spaceships, built to withstand a relentless, crushing force that constantly tries to implode the hull. But here is the most fascinating biological twist of our global comparison. Because Mount Everest is so high and intensely cold, its upper slopes are completely barren of life. Above 26,000 feet, inside the infamous death zone, no plants or animals can permanently survive. The mountain summit is a magnificent, frozen desert of absolute solitude. But when scientists lowered automated cameras and heavy robotic arms into the absolute darkness of the Mariana Trench, expecting to find a completely dead, empty wasteland, they were met with a stunning biological surprise. Life had found a brilliant way to conquer the crushing abyss. In the ultimate depths of the ocean trenches, where the temperature sits just above freezing and not a single ray of sunlight has penetrated for billions of years, a complex ecosystem is actively thriving. Because there is no sunlight, there are no green plants to perform photosynthesis. Instead, unique deep-sea bacteria perform chemosynthesis, converting toxic chemicals erupting from underwater volcanic vents into usable energy. Strange, translucent amphipods, ghostly white snailfish, and massive single-celled organisms crawl across the muddy floor, completely unaffected by the extreme pressure that would crush a nuclear submarine. These deep-sea creatures survive by ensuring that their internal body pressure is perfectly equal to the water pressure pushing against them from the outside. They are made mostly of water and flexible fats, containing no air spaces or lungs that could easily implode. In a strange, poetic twist of evolutionary biology, these deep-sea organisms are far safer at the bottom of the ocean than we are on the surface. If you were to rapidly bring a deep-sea snailfish up to the surface of the ocean, the sudden lack of water pressure would cause its body structure to expand and completely fall apart, proving that the abyss is their natural, protective sanctuary. When we look at the grand architecture of our planet, comparing the highest mountain peak to the lowest ocean trench reveals the true, magnificent scale of the Earth. Mount Everest stands as a monument to human ambition, a vertical challenge that can be seen from space, glowing brilliantly under the sun. It represents our desire to climb upward, to reach the stars, and to conquer the physical heights of the world. But the deep trenches of the ocean remind us of the vast, uncharted mysteries that still lie hidden in the quiet shadows of our own home planet, completely out of reach for the casual traveler. Ultimately, the ultimate trade-off between the heights of the mountains and the depths of the seas isn't just a matter of simple geographic numbers, it is a profound lesson in perspective. We live our lives on the dry land, feeling large and dominant, yet we are sandwiched between two immense vertical frontiers that challenge our technology and expand our understanding of life itself. Whether you look up at the snowy peak of Everest or down into the black void of the Mariana Trench, the Earth will always hold grand secrets that remind us of how wonderfully tiny we truly are in the grand design of nature. If you love exploring the staggering scale of our planet, deep-sea anomalies, and the uncovered secrets of global geography, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another deep dive into history's archives. For now, the Earth continues to turn, holding its breath between the freezing Himalayan winds and the crushing silence of the ocean floor. A beautiful, grand architecture stretching from the highest peak to the absolute deepest dark, waiting to be discovered 1 foot at a time.